What's up, guys? I'm back with another video for you guys today. So, see, I'm gonna be honest, right? I was on TikTok the other day, and I'm seeing all these military people, whether if they're non-commissioned or officers, right? And they're saying more money, more problems. Personally, do I believe to some degree that's true? Yes, in a sense, right? But the question is, what are you doing financially to where it comes to you saying that, right? Everybody knows the economy, absolute shit. The economy's absolute shit, right? At this point in time, get a side hustle. All right, do something on the side that's going to give you extra money. I've seen man, I remember there was a first sergeant when I was in Fort Bragg. This man did DoorDash on the side, right? He did DoorDash on the side. You got people doing TikTok on the side. You got people doing Twitch on the side. There is nothing wrong with you doing a side hustle. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to just be honest with everybody. Let's be fair. I got a friend right now that's doing Uber Eats currently at the moment. She's doing Uber Eats right now. Because me and her were in Germany together and we don't get that extra, whatever, what was it called? The extra money that we used to get while living overseas, right? She's doing Uber Eats. I just got into stocks recently, right? Man, I started off with 10. I'm already at $300, right? Which isn't a lot, right? But it's a start somewhere. I rather my money grow than it just sit in the savings and it doesn't do anything for me, right? So yeah, like there's no issue having a side hustle at all. I see more soldiers just living check to check, all that stuff. Personally, I don't want to do that. I don't want to live check to check. Actually, there is so many people complaining about them living check to check. It's hilarious to me. If I'm being 100% honest. Um, why complain? If you want to do something about it, then do something about it. All right? I know there's plenty of people that get off work, go to their other job, do that job. Yeah, the money adds up. Sure, you probably might have to pay more. You probably gonna owe a little bit more on taxes. Probably. I don't. That depends on what the hell you're doing, right? I'm never gonna judge someone who's trying to make extra money. Ever, not in the slightest. I would never judge anybody who's trying to make a little bit extra money so they can live more comfortably, in whatever the case. I know with stocks, I have to put a little bit of money into that ever so often just to grow that. But that alone is going to take a couple of years before I deem it otherwise that is grown to a decent amount. But here's the thing, I'm never going to fully pull that money out of stocks, though. I'd rather just let that sucker grow over time for years, years, and years, and years, right? Right? Shit, if I become a millionaire, so be it. I'm okay. I can live with that. That's fine. Whatever. Like, man, on TikTok, I saw a whole E6. She's in the army, right? But she works at Home Depot as well. Which I ain't gonna lie, that honestly caught me off guard. I'm not gonna hold you on that. I'm not gonna lie, it did catch me off guard. That really caught me off guard because if an E6 is going that far, just like how I told you that a first sergeant was doing DoorDash when I was in Bragg, that's where everybody's at now. People that weren't struggling financially years ago when the economy wasn't bad are now struggling to make ends meet at this point. They're struggling at this point. Like, if you didn't know how to budget before, you might want to learn that now. And if you go out constantly, you might want to stay inside. You know, so you as a grown adult have to be willing, right? You have to be willing to go like, hey, I can't go out. I can't be going out buying all this stuff. I need to discipline myself. And don't get me wrong, you're not gonna stop the habits in a day. And if it takes you learning the hard way in order for you to understand, then it is what it is. That's on you at that point. If I'm being genuinely honest, it's on you at that point. No one, like, I'm gonna be honest, you as an adult, no one's gonna necessarily teach you how to budget. I had to learn to do that myself because one, I just got a new car. I gotta pay $406 a month for that car. I gotta pay $100 something for my phone bill. I also gotta factor in how much money I'm paying for gas. Thank God I got a gas efficient car. Who, right? This is all like this is stuff you gotta really think about. Also, you gotta make sure you have money on the side just in case if your car gets damaged or something above those lines. And a lot of us in the military, and I'm gonna be real with everybody right now. We do not get paid as much as people think we do. We don't. We do not get paid as much as people think we do. That's the funny misconception that people think. Oh, we're in the Army. We're making this tons of money. No. Especially if you non-commissioned. Nah. If you non-commissioned, no. I'm gonna be honest. You don't make a lot. Officers make a lot. Warrant officers make a lot. Non-commissioned people, we do not make a lot of money. We don't. And that's the funny misconception that people believe. Like, I've been busy making like plans. Like, I made an invest growth plan. Like, I just started getting into stuff. Investing growth plan. I'm working on my first book to get published. I'm still doing YouTube. It's just I'm just like, I got a whole bunch of stuff I'm trying to get into. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take a lot of freaking work. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take some work. But however long it takes, I'm gonna continue to do what I gotta do. I'm still doing music on the side, and mind you, that takes music. To be honest, if anybody really knows, music takes a minute to start really actually making money on that thing. It takes a minute. I won't lie, it takes a minute. And there's a lot of legal stuff to deal with because you can't just release a song without paying for or releasing a beat or whatever the case may be. Otherwise, all that money you made from that song would just get directed to the person who made the beat, right? Like, whatever. So, and the thing is, you can't rush these things. Like, I literally today just helped someone with what app to get to invest because her and her husband were talking about it 2 days ago, because nowadays people are getting into live trading and investing in stocks. So I told her the app. I told her it's going to ask her a series of questions on how you want to invest, right? What you do with that, that's on you. I'm not going to give you my advice only because I just started myself, right? I did as much research as I can to where it's basically a waiting game. It's a waiting game. Realistically, it's a waiting game when it comes to investing, because you got to let that money sit for a minute. So, recommendation for most people if you try to get into investing, invest money, however much money you can without putting yourself in a financial bind, but build your personal savings as well at the same time. That is my recommendation for everybody. But if you are in the military, and I'm going to just be 100% honest, I highly recommend you get a side hustle. Like, it's not even me being funny at this point. Like, I really recommend you get a side hustle. Because to tell you the truth, I got three side hustles. I'm investing in stocks, that's one. I'm writing a book, that's two, and I do music. That's 3 side hustles right there. All right? That's 3 side hustles. And books, actually writing a book, I know that's a hit or miss, right? That's going to be a hit or miss. But however much money I make from that, most of the equity from the book sales and all that stuff, I'm putting into stocks. Like off the dome. No, let me rephrase that. I'm gonna put half in stocks and half of it into my personal account. And then maybe just write more books. Write more books. Who knows? It could turn into something. I'm not gonna be mad otherwise. But nowadays, now more than ever, if you do not have a side hustle, I recommend you start getting a side hustle instead of just relying on your own, like that one job or whatever career you're in, right? That's just a recommendation that is completely up to you what you want to do in general as a person. Man, there's plenty of people that have that's renting out houses, freaking all that stuff just to make extra money for themselves. I only chose to do stocks because it just seemed like a typical easy thing to do, especially now that I have a better understanding of how stocks work compared to a couple years ago. But it is what it is, right? If you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe, like, comment. I hope you have a very blessed day. Peace.